Put on your helmets and buckle your chin straps for the wildest podcast held in the Steel City. Dubs and Chickenhawk will give you a taste of the past in fried jumbo.
Alrighty, welcome everybody to episode, Todd, 42. We are blessed here, Todd, or Chickenhawk as we know him, to have our buddy and good friend, David Smith from Indiana and Clymer, PA.
Where are you from, Clymer?
Recently moved south, but I've known him about 25 years. Fantastic person, and grew up in Warren, PA. So we're going to talk
Warren,
a little bit about growing up in the mountains there.
Yeah.
God's country.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens in Warren every year? Isn't there like softball or something?
Yeah,
goes up
big
there?
softball tournament.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like
I never knew that.
tons of fields down by the
I used to ref too, or umpire.
Kinzu Dam.
Kinzu Dam.
Kinzu Dam.
Kinzu Dam.
Used to
from
go
Warren.
there when I was a kid,
Yeah.
camping.
There's a guy I know up in Warren. I can't remember his name. He owns a factory. They make cups, these plastic cups with
Worley. Yeah,
Worley.
Worley
Oh yeah,
Industries.
yeah. He does real well.
So
Super nice guy.
His wife. So Conroe is the last name.
Okay.
So Mary Conroe is. We're kind of getting ahead of ourselves
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
but we
okay.
can just roll with
No,
it.
well,
So-
that's fine.
So Conewango Valley Country Club is where we joined. It's a private club up
Nice.
there. And it's Mary Conroe was like the first person who took all the juniors to these different tournaments.
Oh, nice.
And we called her Mother Mary. But like no
Nice.
short shorts. And when you're on the range, don't hit the trees with your balls. Like, very,
Very
but
structured.
you know what? Though? It was great, and she was a blessing to us because
Right.
that was the first experience
Right.
of like we had inter clubs, 4 clubs, and our junior program would play 3 other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, up
She was
there,
our
you're
first
kind of
taste.
locked in up there.
Yeah. Had my first hole-in-one at one of the inter clubs.
How old were you?
15.
15.
Wenango Country Club in Franklin. Number 10, par 3 over
Franklin,
Big Gully.
PA.
I know where that club place is.
Yeah.
Wenango.
Yeah, Franklin's a nice town. It's bigger than people think. It's nice.
Yeah.
All right, so Dave, we typically start off with one question, or our first question's always.
Yeah,
we hope it's the same.
Unless we get carried away for a while.
The podcast
We'll
is
try to
named
shoot
Fried
this.
Jumbo. And what's your experience? Tell us.
So
Your
I
deal with
am
fried jumbo.
ashamed to say that I've never had fried jumbo. And I grew up in Warren with grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That was our staple.
That was your treat.
That was our treat. That and
That was your staple.
That and Steakums.
Oh, Steakums.
So I'm shocked to know. I thought every kid grew up with fried peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I mean,
If people don't know where Warren, PA is, it's kind of up there locked into the mountains. So maybe you had your own little world up there because outside of there,
so we're
I never heard of it.
We're 20 miles.
No, I've heard of grilled
Have you?
Grilled
peanut butter and jelly.
PB&Js.
Oh, yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard
oh,
of it.
yeah.
I've just
So
never
when
had
you-
it.
How do you make them and then?
Make them and then butter each side. And
No
just like
way.
grilled cheese. Just like grilled cheese. But
Jesus.
you throw them
Oh,
together.
so you just like a grilled cheese. So you can't melt the peanut butter or the
It melts.
jelly, but
no,
you
but
do the
inside.
outside.
Yeah.
Oh, heck
But
yeah,
also, you think
good.
about peanut butter. When it gets warm, it gets that more
Yeah,
liquidy.
liquefied.
That's the best.
Yeah.
So Warren is right below Jamestown, New York,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
the Eagles coach is from.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's from Jamestown. So
Yeah.
we're like 15 miles from the New York border.
Right.
So back when I was in high school, 18 was the drinking age in New York. So
Oh,
I knew some friends that would go up there and drink.
sure. Just a couple.
Just a couple friends.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's not far at all.
Yeah.
Well, how many kids you graduate with at Warren?
300. That
Wow,
was.
that's
Yeah,
a
300.
big. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
A lot more than I thought it would be.
1984.
No, that was like the whole county. I bet.
Yeah.
Was it the whole county?
Oh, yeah, the whole county. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
cool little
hunted.
place.
We hunted,
Yeah.
fished, played golf.
Wow.
Not much to
What's
do
wrong
there.
with that?
Yeah, and the Kinzu Dam's like right there. I mean, so it
Yeah,
was
you could
a lot of
Do some big fishing, boating.
camping, and
Wow, that's a
lot
great
of
way
good
of
stuff.
living right
Oh,
now.
that's the way I
Like,
prefer to
Warren-
live.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, because that's really not steel mill town. That's more forestry and gas
Yep.
and oil or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
we had a refinery up there.
Oh,
The
okay.
United Refinery. So Quick Fill gets all their gas, I believe all their gas from Warren still.
Oh,
So it's
really?
all made up there and brought down here, yeah.
Wow. Is that what your dad did up there, or what he did?
No, my dad worked for a forging company, steel forging company called the National Forge Company.
Oh, yeah. I've
So-
heard of them.
Yeah, so they had a place in Warren and also one in Erie.
Yeah.
So he was on the road salesman for them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
Were they from there?
Titusville is where I was born. So I was born in
not far.
Titusville.
Not
Yep.
far.
So my dad's from Titusville, my mom's from Grove City. So kind of all Western PA.
Wow. We got
Yeah.
a northern tier guy here, Dubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Northern Tier of PA.
Oh yeah, he knows his shit from hunting, fishing, everything. That
Wow,
way.
yeah, when he
So-
must.
Golfing wise, when did you start doing that when you were up there? Like,
So-
how did you play other sports, or did you get into golf later?
Yeah, I was
how did you?
baseball. I did all sports, but I mean,
Right.
so my dad was a scratch golfer as a kid.
Oh, was he?
And then he had 3 boys by the age of 24. He and my
Wow.
mom. So we kind of quit golf. And when I was 12, for some reason, we joined the Conowanga Valley Country Club. And I joked that they dropped me off. I never left. I just
Yeah, what the heck? Why not? Free games, right?
Just stayed there, and it was a great golf course. Great people. Eddie Morganti was the pro, and so I took it up and whacked it around. And then the funny thing is, when I'm my 9th grade year, so I was probably 14 or something.
Yeah.
I got the most improved. And Mrs. Conroe
Oh, wow.
was a lady
Oh, yeah.
who ran like the junior program, and I got most improved. And you'd think I won
Yeah, it felt good, huh?
I had a T-shirt I wore like every week, most improved, with a pride. And that was my first experience of we had a lot of losing teams. I was on baseball, basketball,
Yeah.
we lost everything. But golf is like individual sport, and and I realized. It's all about.
And you didn't get beat up by wearing that most improved T-shirt
No,
every day?
no,
Oh, okay.
no.
Because in Irwin, you would have got beat up.
Someone would have.
They would have
They'd
beat
have taken it from
They
you.
would have taken it from you.
That'll
They would've-
last about a half an hour at the
Yeah.
park.
Yeah,
I
they would have said, "I'm the most."
I had a pretty big older brother, so he always took
Oh,
care.
there
Yeah,
you go.
Mike always.
That's good.
He was my protector.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go. That's
yeah.
why you didn't get the shirt ripped off your back.
Absolutely, yeah.
How much older is Mike than
Mike's
you?
a year and 6 days.
Year and 6
So
days.
my parents had
Irish
Mike.
twins.
They had Mike at 19. So
Wow.
you figure I'm born a year and 6, and three months after that, they said, that was fun. Let's do that again.
Yeah,
Wow, I guess.
that's hysterical.
So I was born when they were 20, yeah. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So good stuff.
Yeah,
That
that's
is good stuff.
So this lady, what was her name again?
Mrs. Conroe.
Mrs. Conroe.
Yeah.
She would take you kids to different matches and all this
Yeah.
stuff from the club. Like you
Yeah.
would represent that club, I guess, right?
Yeah, we had no high school team until my senior year, golf team.
Oh.
Okay.
And then Mr.
That was my next question. Did you play in high school? and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
we did.
No.
Mr. Marinick was our high school coach my senior year and went to districts, didn't make states. That was okay, but I wasn't like anything. I was probably a 5 or 6.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything great. And then a guy that I knew from Conowanga went to Westminster, and he was he would have been my senior year. He was a sophomore. He said, "Come down and check it out."
Yeah.
So I went down, checked out Westminster, went to one of their functions, and met the coach, Buzz Riddle.
Buzz
Who was
Riddle.
Buzzy.
Buzz Riddle, old pit boy, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
was
Right
he?
back in the early 70s.
Oh, he's-
He was the amoeba defense.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
Buzz Riddle is a famous dude.
yeah. Yep. So he was our coach.
Wow.
So I wasn't recruited. I didn't know where I wanted to go. I thought, Mike goes here. I'll know a guy.
Yeah.
So I went to Westminster, and
That's kind of how college went for us in a day, right? You your friend went there, so you went there. Not like, hey, we're going to tour 4 universities.
yeah. It wasn't like someone came looking for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you went there to Westminster, did you have to walk on, or did they offer you money? How does that all work?
So being a small school, we were NAIA.
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah.
Kind of. So there's no money. So you basically just, and you don't walk on. You basically just, you 5 guys go play, and or 10 guys go play. The low 5 are on the team.
or the starting.
So I played all the way through my freshman year, all the way through.
all the way, all
Yeah, I
4.
was captain my last year. We made nationals every year.
Yeah.
We had a pretty weak division. So every year we go. So we, Arizona, Alabama twice, and the state of Indiana once.
Right.
And we never made the cut. 34 teams would go. The low 17 after 2 days would make the cut.
Right.
So we go to Alabama our senior year, and we knew if every guy the four out of 5 scores count.
Right.
If we average 75 for 2 days, we were going to make the cut. Was
Right.
that 300?
Yeah.
600 total.
It's 600. Yeah.
So that year, for every round, every shot you were above 75 in a match, you put a quarter in the pot, in the jar. So at the end of that year, we had enough money to buy ourselves shorts to go to Alabama because Coach Riddle wouldn't let us wear shorts unless we paid for them. So we had so much money in our kitty that we bought ourselves shorts to go down to nationals. We all had white legs because,
yeah, you're
So
all
we
in
get
the
down
north.
there.
Yeah.
And our number 5 guy, Scott Colley from Newcastle, pulls us in the second day, man, and we made the cut by like 2 shots.
Oh, my.
It was like awesome.
Sweet.
And then I humble brag, shot 72-70 last 2 days. and I was All-American. So I got
Nice.
an All-American my senior year. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Now, I think Westminster's, they're NCAA now, Division III.
I think they
yeah,
are
they're
now,
not
yeah.
in
Yep.
NAIA.
Yeah.
Are they they're not in the President's Conference.
I don't really know where they're at. I remember
know. I
them
don't-
being
Because
NAIA.
aren't they,
Yeah.
where is Westminster?
Right by Newcastle.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
north
they've
of it.
got to
By
be in the
Newcastle.
pack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hermitage.
Yeah,
gotta be
they're
in
by
the
Hermitage.
President's Athletic Conference, maybe. I don't know.
We played them when I was at Allegheny in 1985 or
Right.
86.
Because Allegheny's in the pack.
Well, they weren't. They were NAIA then.
Yeah.
And we beat you guys. We upset you. You had a good football
We had a
team.
good, great
Yeah,
football.
they're good football.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
good sports teams.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah,
Coach Fusco was
they called us in for your homecoming because they thought we were going to get our ass beat.
You beat us.
We beat you by like 1 point. Well, you got lucky.
It's all right.
I would have been there.
You would have been.
Yeah,
there.
I would have been there.
Yeah, it was
at the
scalding
game.
hot.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
it was
that's
just
funny.
really hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happened? They took our receiver. He was a kid from Katanning, Freeport area,
Okay.
and they made him quarterback because our quarterback was big and strong, but he just, under the heat, he
Yeah.
just couldn't
Right.
put the ball in the place,
Yeah.
and he couldn't run.
Yeah.
So this little receiver goes in a quarterback, and no one could stop
He's a
him.
good athlete.
We won like the last 5 games. Oh yeah,
Is he running?
Yeah, he
That's
just
funny.
he would pump fake and it was just
Take
playing
off.
like take
Yeah,
off.
Backyard
That's funny.
football.
Backyard stuff,
Pretty
But I remember Westminster brought us in there and we thought it was going to be like 40-0.
Right.
We
Yeah.
somehow slimed it up.
Nice.
It's funny.
Yeah.
But that was a nice place there. I remember going there. They were putting up a barn, the Amish people.
Okay.
There was an Amish barn raising when we were going into the
okay.
football game.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever seen one of those?
Yeah,
barn raising?
it's 2 days, man. They just
Yeah.
all just show up.
Well,
yeah.
he's from up where he's at. They do it,
There
right?
was
Yeah.
They
Oh,
were
yeah.
raising a
Anyhow.
barn maybe
Yeah.
a mile or two from the field, the
Yeah.
football
Wow.
field over your way.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. By the time we were coming out of it, they had the bones of this place.
Already up.
Oh,
Already
yeah.
up, yeah. All right, so we're at Westminster here.
Yeah.
So how did you, once you got out of Westminster, you were All-American there, did you keep playing golf in your life? I know you started playing golf up at Indiana Country Club and winning some club championships and things up there.
Yeah, so
how did it?
Yes,
What did you do
I
with
started working
golf?
for State Farm in
Right.
'88 in Claims. Went to Scranton, kind of
Okay.
moved myself around the state. And in '94, I moved to Indiana. So 31.
So you were
years
with State
ago.
Farm 6 years before you.
5 years. Yep, I was
5 years, before you went up to Indiana
Yep,
as an agent.
exactly,
Oh, I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Worked in claims across the state.
Yeah, I thought it was maybe a couple of years you did, but
Yeah,
you did five. Huh?
years.
Okay.
Yeah. So I landed in Indiana and just kept playing, and I got better after college. It seemed like.
Yeah.
A lot of, so won 4 club championships over the next several years. Then I got married.
Yeah.
And married Lisa in 1999, December
Mm-hmm.
of 99. Have 2 children, Bryn and Reed.
Nice.
Bryn's 21, Reed's 19. So great kids.
2 boys again.
No.
Bryn's a daughter. My daughter.
Bryn's a daughter,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. So, but
It's like us, daughter and son.
yeah,
yeah.
son and
I
daughter.
mean,
Same as us.
Same thing.
So just just raising kids. Didn't play a lot for some years, and then after they kind of got older, I rejoined the club and just played. I played a lot of West Penn events around here, but never did. I mean, I see 76, 77.
Yeah.
Never did very much. Didn't do very well, but always had a lot of fun playing in those events though.
Yeah,
You
keep
know?
the competitive juices flowing. Makes you a better golfer.
Yeah, and played in local invitations.
He's humble. He's good. I mean, he has a real sweet swing. I mean, it's crazy. It's like you don't even look like he's going at it,
Right.
and it just goes.
Smooth.
Yeah, but played like in invitationals and stuff. And
Yeah.
Won a lot of
You
them.
and I played a couple of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we used to play in them quite a bit.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
He had a hole in one we played in. It was
Indiana,
two
number
230 into the wind. Like
2 iron.
Two
Yeah.
iron.
Yeah.
The wind takes this ball, Todd. I'm not kidding you. There was like a 30-mile-an-hour wind and rain. It was like pouring down
It's a
rain.
messy day.
Horrible day. He hits his shot, and it just goes straight up to the moon because the wind just
Oh, takes it.
took it. right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh, my
That's
God.
a hole in one from God right there.
Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, this ball's going to be 40 yards short.
Right.
Because
You
there's
would
no way you
think.
can bust something that solid
Right.
to rip through that wind.
Especially when it rises like
And it goes
that.
straight up like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we never see it come down. I mean, I saw it coming down, but
Yeah.
it was right at the flag. But
Right.
I'm thinking maybe plugged somewhere or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
We got up there, it's flat in the hole. It flew right in.
It might have gone in like Michael Jordan right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It just went dunk.
It might have
didn't hit
straight
anything.
in.
It
Yeah,
did because
yeah.
it was all
Yeah,
wet.
you didn't see it. Yeah, because it would have just
It
stopped.
would have plugged. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
went straight in the cup.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Boy, wow. Of all the shots I've taken, and nothing never had luck like that.
Yeah.
Well, that one was not luck.
I think that
Two
put, us,
iron.
that put a 7 up, I think, or something.
Yeah, it was crazy that day.
One of those.
I hate.
Yeah.
It was one of them days where 9 under through 9 or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I made a lot of
And
birdies.
then, and then Next day, you struggle to go 2 under. You know?
Yeah.
That's always the way it is.
Yeah.
So what we wanted to talk to Dave about, I like that we talked about his days in Warren and everything, but
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know this, but last year he qualified for the U.S. Senior Open.
Wow.
How about that?
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, so you got to take us through how that happened, because you would be 57 when you did this,
58,
right?
yeah.
58?
And a lot playing against all the young
people.
50-year-olds.
And that makes a big difference.
It does, yeah.
It's a huge difference.
Distance-wise, a big difference.
Yeah. It was in Indiana, my home course.
No, so you know
So I
well.
was there 30 years, and it was May 30th of last year, which happened to be the last round I played there, because June 10th we moved to Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh.
So this was going to be your last round there.
Yep. The last round after 30 years.
Dude, you're living under
it's
something nice.
It's kind of a cool story because it's my last round after 30 years.
Yeah.
But yet it's the U.S. Senior Open qualifier.
Yeah.
So months before, I literally would just pray to God and say, God, just give me peace. Give me peace when I play this round.
Yeah.
I don't care if I shoot 1 under and 2 guys, they took 2 guys. They took 84 guys, they take the best 2. If 2 guys shoot 3 under, I'd be cool with that.
Right.
You know, I'd be okay. And then what I did, you probably have heard this story, how these military guys are overseas and they're golfers and they're playing the round in their mind.
Yeah.
They're like playing. Then they come back to the States after being over there for months and they play the best golf of their life because they're over there playing golf.
Oh,
So
right. In their head, they're playing.
In their
golf.
head,
in their mind.
visualizing.
So I literally for months, 2 months before, I was visualizing every hole, every shot, and I'd shoot 4, 5, 6 under,
Wow.
in my mind several times, and I thought to myself, why not me? I mean, I know the course, And Dick Mast, Dick's a friend of mine. Dick Mast played on tour.
Yeah, he played on tour for both tours.
Both tours.
But,
He's
Dickie Mast.
Yeah, he's a great guy. So I met him 3 years ago actually, up at Indiana when he was up for the Senior Open qualifier. We're on a putting green today, but I wasn't going to qualify, but he was on a putting green. I said, where are you from? He said, I'm from Lynchburg, Virginia. I said, my kids go to Liberty, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Started talking. So we became really good friends. I just saw him last week. Last week I saw him. But anyhow, so Dick came up for the event this year, stayed with us for 2 nights. And we're out for practice round. And Chris Perry, who played on tour.
Oh, yeah. Really good player.
He's
Yeah.
over in Columbus. Chris stops us in the parking lot and says, hey, Dick, what's it going to take to win this, to qualify?
Yeah.
He says, 1 less than this guy. And he pointed to me. It's pretty cool. Talk about a little punching your arm from somebody who knows.
Yeah. He knows you're playing well. He just played with you.
Yeah, we just played a practice
Yeah.
round. So the day comes and I have Trevor Todd was my caddy. Trevor was a senior in high school, great golfer. He plays golf for IUP.
Oh, okay.
And really good stick. So he's like a type C, just easy, chill kind of a kid.
Yeah.
So he's on the bag, and I said, Trevor, I don't want to know where I stand the whole day. He's keeping our scores,
Just let me play the game.
He knows on. So, and I had a couple buddies come out, and I said, look, I don't want to know. I don't care what I shoot or where I stand.
Right.
I don't want to know.
Play your game.
Yeah. So, just I won't go through every hole, but so I birdie 1. You get off to a great start.
It's a par 5.
Double number four.
Wait a minute. Hang on here. 1,
Short
2.
par 4.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Double number 4, and it didn't bother me.
Wow.
Because I had this piece. God gave me this piece that day.
That's great.
That I've never had on a golf course ever before. Probably because I prayed number 1, and number 2, it was my last round, and I was trying to soak all that in.
Just enjoy the moment.
If that makes sense.
So what were the conditions like? Was it windy or?
No, they were nice. It wasn't cold. It was May 30th, so
weather
nice.
was sunny and
But the day before we played a practice round, and we saw all the marks where the pins were going to be, and I was hoping they were going to be in some tough spots. They were like in the middle of the greens, so it wasn't to my advantage.
Right.
Yeah.
If they were in some tough spots, like
it well enough where to miss.
So I double 4, go to +1, I make a great birdie on 5 to go back to even. Bogey number 7 to par 3 over the water, go to +1.
Yeah.
And then number 8, I'm by the sand trap, and a really tough chip, and I just want to get it close, and I chip it, and it goes right in the middle of the hole for me.
Oh my God!
And I hear this guy clapping behind. I look over, and here it's Deacon Palmer, Arnie's nephew.
Right.
Is following us for a couple of holes. So I birdie. I waved the gallery and make a 5-footer on 9 for birdie.
Wow.
Now,
Number
where
10.
are you at it?
I'm
Now
two
you're
under.
2 under.
2 under. Well,
Yeah.
no, 1 under.
One under.
Yeah, 1 under.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bogey.
okay.
And number 10, the tough par 3, I
Yeah.
knock it 30 feet just to get it close, and it goes in.
Oh, my.
Oh my, you're having a day.
Good. Now I'm pumped. Now I'm 2-1. I'm a little excited, but I'm not like overly
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about the end. I'm not thinking about
right.
going. I'm just
Yeah, because there's so many good golfers. You don't know if somebody's 6 under. You know what I
Right.
mean?
You don't know, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't. I just wanted to play my own game. I mean,
Right.
people say stay in the moment.
Yep.
And I did.
Yep.
I through the prayer. I to this day I know that's why I was able
Right.
to stay in the moment because he gave me that
Yep.
that peace.
Peace.
So 11 hit a great drive down at par 5, bottom of the hill. Hit a great 3-wood, front of the green. I got 15 feet for eagle. Make
Yeah.
birdie there. So I birdie 8, 9, 10, 11.
Jeez.
So now I'm
Gee
3 under.
whiz.
And good pars in 12, 13, 14 at bogey. Great chips on 15, 16, 17. Got up and down all 3 holes. Go to 18, and I'm 2 under at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
And I get a pitching wedge in my hand, 110 yards, and the pins it's elevated, so you can't see the green. You can't see where the ball comes.
Yeah.
And I hit this the pin's back, kind of middle left, in a tough spot. So I hit this pitching wedge, and it hits, and all my buddies up on the porch are going
Freaking
crazy.
out.
I'm like, hey, Trev, we must be close for bird. Let's
Yeah.
knock us in for 300, see where we stand.
Yeah.
No, realize he already knows where we stand, right?
Right.
So we get up there, and I'm 30 feet, 40 feet maybe above the hole. I'm
Oh,
like, what are they
geez.
clapping at?
For, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they come to find out they're clapping because they know I could have 4-putted and still got in.
Oh, I see.
They just didn't want me to knock it over and have a tough. So I get up there, I leave it 5 feet short, straight downhill, and I miss it. So now I'm -1, and they go crazy. And I wave. I walk over to Trevor and say, Trev, how'd we do? He goes, you're in. I said, get out of here.
Get out of here. That's awesome.
He goes, you're low.
You're low.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there were a few groups behind me, but we knew they weren't doing
They
well.
weren't there.
A
Yeah.
couple good sticks, but just they weren't playing well. So
Right. And that's what
So,
it
yeah,
takes.
we got him.
All of them are good golfers to be at that level, right? You got to have your day.
there were 30 guys out of the
Yeah.
84 that could have done what I did.
Oh,
But
yeah.
a couple of my putts went in and
Yep.
chip goes in. I mean,
Yep.
really. So the funny part is Gordon Vittmeyer, a great pro from
Yeah.
Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
finishes even. So he and I both got in, and we played against each other. He went to Slippy Rock.
Oh,
So
nice.
he and I competed against each other 35
college.
35 years ago.
Wow.
So that was kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's my story.
Yeah, Gordon, he went out on tour for quite a while too, didn't he? Recently, Or
I don't-
was that- was
I don't
that
know.
scene- I don't know. No, maybe it wasn't him. But
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, okay.
He's a great player.
But he won a lot of West Penn stuff, right?
Yeah, he did, and
yeah.
we
Yeah.
had a lot of dog fights in college. So
Yeah.
that was kind of nice to.
So there's only one round of elimination in the seniors.
Yeah,
Because
so-
I think now
so-
they have double, right?
They call it the Dave Smith rule because now it's two.
Yeah.
Two different places. So now
Right.
you go to the first location,
Yeah.
which Indiana will have one as well. It's April 23rd.
For seniors,
But they'll take like 10 or 12 from there now
right?
to go to the next location
Right.
where there's only 12 locations on the second stage
That's what I
across the
heard.
country.
Oh, okay.
So my nearest one. So I'm going to try at Indiana again, and then
Yeah.
probably if I'm successful there, go to North Carolina
Nice.
since
So-
I'm in South Carolina.
Walk us through when you told your family,
Yeah.
about it.
I was in like shock.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, after
amazing.
you just kind of just when people say when pros say like I never thought I could get it back.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I felt because when I was playing well and all those years ago,
Yeah.
and I just didn't play well for 15 years. Probably wasn't consistent.
Yeah, you weren't
then-
really playing enough.
Wasn't playing a lot, and then
Right.
for that to happen, I was like, man, I understand now how those pros can say that.
Yeah.
So I called Lisa and I said, I'm going to Rhode Island. Well, what do you mean? I made it. So I get to go. So it's like crazy.
Wow,
But
that had a big experience there.
Paul Alexander interviewed me
Yeah.
on one of his shows a couple of days after I qualified. He goes, when did it hit you? I said, Paul, the next day I get an email from the USGA.
Wow.
And it said, your Lexus courtesy car will be waiting for you at the airport. That's when it hit me that I made it.
That's unbelievable.
That
And
is
it was-
cool.
Lexus courtesy car.
It was true. I
That
read
was
it.
really
I
good,
get
man.
to the airport and I'm getting my bag and there's a big sign, senior open courtesy cars points over. I walk over to this young girl, says, here's your key. Let me go out and walk you out to your car and brand new Lexus with a nice little card. Congratulate. I mean, just
That's crazy.
unbelievable.
Did you take the same caddy with you?
So no, I didn't. So I took my brother.
Oh, that
My
makes sense.
brother. Now
That makes sense.
Yeah, he unfortunately had some leg issues. So he caddied during the practice rounds,
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then a friend of mine, college friend of mine who played on my senior year's team,
Yeah.
flies up from Cary, North Carolina,
Wow.
Chris Del Torio, surprises me. We're walking out Wednesday
Yeah.
out of our hotel. And I hear a guy say, "Hey, can I have your autograph?" And I said, "What the heck are you doing here?" He goes, "Vicky and I flew up last night." So he ended up caddying for me on Thursday.
Oh, that's
And then
cool.
he had to fly to Pittsburgh for a wedding. His niece or nephew got married. So my other buddy from college was there, and he caddied Friday. So I had like a mixture
Yeah.
of caddies. Yeah, so it's kind of cool.
Well, that doesn't help.
You got
Your
three
game.
different, three
Yeah.
different caddies.
I get there to Newport, and I'm driving in Sunday. I'm one of the first ones there because they're up at Endicott, New York. The seniors are playing in their event.
Yes,
So they weren't there yet. So I got there early, and this volunteer lady comes over and she goes, "Hey, welcome." And I said, "Look, I've already won. I'm here.
Yeah.
I already won."
It's
So
like-
yeah.
and I just had that attitude. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
You can soak it
that's
in
awesome.
and
yeah.
That's some
enjoy
great,
it.
great pictures, I'm sure, and
Oh,
some
yeah.
souvenirs. So.
Cool part. A week before the event, they send you an email with all the practice rounds.
Yeah.
And all the people on there, and you can literally put your name into wherever you want to play with. Anybody.
No kidding.
And Joe Durant won our national event my junior year. He was a year ahead of me. So Joe Durant's been on tour for years.
Yeah.
I followed him for 40 years. So I want to play Joe Durant. So 110 Monday, Joe Durant, Dave Smith.
Wow.
And then played with Dickie Pride.
Yeah.
Yep. And Brett Quigley.
Mm-hmm.
And Glenn Day.
Glenn Day, yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
And really and these guys were
All those dudes that won
there was
tournaments.
one guy, I won't mention his name. He was kind of he wasn't the most cordial but
dude.
everybody else was just so nice.
Yeah.
So really cool.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
people would talk about great grandpa for a long time playing on the tour.
oh, that's crazy. Yeah. His son Cade's really into
Yeah.
golf, and
Okay.
he's going to give it a try
Yeah.
here.
Good.
He was an All-American down at W&J.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And where is he now?
Selling insurance for State Farm.
Okay.
Yeah, he
good.
works
he's
with
think-
Vlad
Yeah.
Wagner.
Yeah,
does
he
he?
works. But
Good.
he's thinking of, he hurt himself for his senior year, his back, but he got one of them plasma things.
Yeah.
Like
And
they
he-
shot it
yeah.
into his back.
Yeah.
He's feeling pretty good, like
Wow.
really good. So we'll see.
He's a nice player.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's finished 13th. Was it 10th or
Ninth in the country.
ninth in the
Wow.
country
Yeah.
for
Great.
Yeah.
the Division III national
Yeah.
championship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
Down in where,
so he loves golf.
Kentucky.
He's really
Yeah. It's great.
he's like you. He hits it extremely straight off the tee.
Mm-hmm.
Really good irons. Where everyone goes to the next level is, his chipping and putting is going to get to the point where
yeah.
those pros. That's the only thing that separates those guys from
Oh, yeah.
the rest of the world, like you.
You nailed it. So
Yeah.
so there's a par 4.
Yeah.
Driver 3, when it's like 460 into the wind. Driver 3, I'm short left, the pin's back left. I'm chipping over a bunker, and I chili dip it, chip on 2 putt for 6,
Yeah.
make double. I go back to my room that night. I'm watching this pro. He's in my divot almost. He's right beside where I was. He knocks it up like this,
Yeah.
Yeah, every time.
10 inches.
like that's two
Right.
shot difference right there.
Right.
Yeah. And people don't understand two
Yeah.
shots, over 4 rounds is 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 8 shots.
But and
That's crazy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're just you're right.
That's the
Their-
difference.
Their short game is just
Just-
so
it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And it's time. It's time.
and if you
time,
even
time,
watch
time,
it,
you
it's
know.
hard to even believe when
It's time to spend.
It's fun to watch those guys though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like their
With-
bunker
with-
shots, it's just every time 3
Yeah.
feet,
Right.
2 feet,
Yeah,
3
it's-
feet. We're thinking, oh, okay, can I get this to inside 8? They're
Yeah.
thinking inside 3.
Yeah.
Inside of, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Try to
different.
make it on a lot of
and
times.
those
Make
old,
it, too.
yeah, the senior guys are just still as good as well, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they can
The short putts, they have a little bit, you don't have that same dexterity in your
but
hands.
they can
but
get it around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
they're
they light
short
it. They
gamer.
light it up.
Yeah.